Frog in my throat. This is Coffee with Friends, and I am raw to the bone. I know. I've been gone a couple of days. Work has been kicking my ass. Work has been working, but I can't complain because I get a lot of flexibility with my job. And, I still get to do my show and shit like that. So sometimes work is going to work. And I just got to go with it because that's what keeps the lights on. That's what keeps this show going because I don't make no money off this show yet. Someone at work told me to say yet, right? I love when people that are not in my everyday circle still take the time to inspire me and keep me focused, right? Even when I'm doubting myself. And so I appreciate that. He doesn't know that I'm thanking him publicly because it's a coworker. And we were just shooting the breeze. And he was like, listen, don't ever sell yourself short. All right. Your show is not making any money yet. All right. And so that's what I'm going to go with. So for now, I'm going to start y'all off with it's going to be a motherfucking what? Good day.
What you wanna be? Step 4.
Oh, I got to play that again because my sound didn't come on.
Some good, some food in you.
Hey.
Step 3. You grow hard about what you wanna be.
What?
Step 4. Everybody just do your thing.
Hey.
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day.
What?
Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Set your affirmations, aspirations. I got shit to do, the aftermath of preparation. Good food, good mood, blood in circulation. One step at a time, yeah, that's how you make it. Set a goal you control and the steps you take them. I try to pick one thought, have some concentration. And if I make a mistake, it's called education. I try to do this every day, call it replication. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. 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 Life ain't easy, yo. I think there's a reason, though. Ups and downs, just like every different season, yo. Sometimes I'm high, other times I'm barely breathing, yo. You always gotta fight and hide from the demons, yo. Negative thoughts are poison they rot.
Come on, y'all.
Head full of flaws, so here come the clouds. They'll never stop unless I can swap all the bad for the good in my head when I'm lost.
What? So
Yeah,
most of us
so I'ma fake it till I make it. Positive thoughts are overtaken. I got patience. One day at a time, that's how you operate a cadence. A flow, you grow, you show yourself the foundation. Stay away from all the shit that causes temptation. I know that I like to do it cause it's sensation. I live my life in my head like a narration. Don't expect greatness, do my best, man, I'll take it. Wake up, today's gonna be a good day. Wake up. 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 Today's gonna be a good day.
Give me the thumbs up, y'all. As you coming in here, give me the thumbs up. All right, I know I've been going 2 days, so I'm here today. All right, come on in.
Step 4. Everybody just do your thing.
Hey, good morning, y'all. Happy fucking Thursday. Man, I've been working nonstop. I worked last week, I worked the weekend, and I'm still working. Not one day off yet. So I'm in my 8th day, 9th day straight of working? No, 12. Straight of working? Like, I'm literally trying to take a day off. I couldn't take yesterday off because I'm having vendor connectivity issues. And I wanted to take today off, but I'm still having vendor connectivity issues. And my name lives on everybody's tongue in my organization. But for damn sure, I think I'm taking tomorrow off. Good morning, Lola Bunny. For damn sure, I think I'm taking tomorrow off because number one, I need a mental break, right? Work has been kicking my ass. Some people think because you have a corporate job and you sit at a desk and versus a construction worker or somebody that's outside doing some kind of physical activity, right? They think your job is less stressful than their job, right? This has been debates that I've had with people I've dated, with people that I've associated with, and I'm like, nah, man, my job meant no. I'm not lifting bricks and shit. I'm not climbing ladders and motherfucks. I'm not driving, trucks and shit like that. But guess what? Mentally drained, mentally stressed, all right, from thinking all day, reading all day, being in escalation mode all day, having to put fires out, organizing and keeping your projects. I got some big programs that I'm running at my job, right? I know I look like I fuck around, but I got some major programs that I deal with the C-levels in my company. And it be stressful, y'all, right? It's really stressful because here I am. I have to sit in front of the C's, and you know how I am. I'm really not C-level friendly, right? So, and I'm not one that switches up at work. So I kind of act the same way. And for whatever reason, it works for me in my environment because people respect me for being authentic. I mean, literally, I screamed on the phone at work and told these motherfuckers I'm gonna lose my shit. I cussed them the fuck out. That was one of the first times that I literally lost my shit at work. I did. And there was some big people on the call, but one particular group stressed me out so bad right before going into my weekend work. Good morning, Pat. That I flipped the fuck out and I dropped some cuss words, right? Thank God my boss, he's not overly sensitive. And thank God the people on the call, didn't take offense to it. I shouldn't say overly sensitive, but nobody took offense to it, right? I come from supporting trading floors where our language, like saying fucking shit, is normal, but I'm not on the trading floors anymore. I still work for fintech company, but on the service side. So, some people not used to that kind of language. So it been kind of rough for me, y'all. So I thank y'all for having patience with me. I'm still in fire alarm mode with my job over here to the left. I'm pointing to the left because my laptop is right here. I've already been on work. I've already set up meetings for this morning. I've got some stressful shit going on. So again, thank you guys for being patient. But good fucking morning, y'all. Give me the thumbs up as y'all come in so I don't have to bother y'all about that throughout the life of the show, right? Happy fucking Thursday. How have y'all been? Hillbilly said, I'd rather be physically tired over mentally tired. Man, Hillbilly, did y'all see? Listen, I posted a picture yesterday because I literally came home from work, took a fucking shower, poured my wine, got my incense and candles ready, right? And got the fuck into bed. I did, y'all. Yesterday, I didn't go to sleep, but I couldn't sit on the couch because I didn't want to sit on the couch and start thinking about other shit and ending up in my office. I just went in the fucking bed and I laid there and I drank my wine and I watched Evil. That's what I did. Good morning, mother. And I finally finished the seasons that are available of Evil. And oh my God, where the fuck is Johnny Hill this morning? That shit is, Evil is interesting because, it has a lot of deep messages in it. At first, I wasn't tuned into the messaging of what was going on. But, Evil, you got to watch it because, it lets you know that no matter, where you are in life, there's always something evil trying to persuade you to do something other than. That's the battle that we have on an everyday basis, right? It's almost the topic of our show, fair and just. People running around doing evil shit, right? Happy fucking Thursday. So a couple of announcements before we get into reading the positive thought of the day, and as the rest of the folks gather, if we get the rest of the folks. Oh my God. Aquanda, how many days do we have left before Cancun? Because she's counting the days. How many days? Can somebody tell me? I could tell y'all. Can somebody tell me how many days we have left for our Coffee with Friends summer soiree? I'm going to tell y'all right now. If Aquanda might beat me. Oh, I beat Aquanda 41 days. 41 days, 22 hours, and 45 minutes for me anyway, because that depends on the flight that you on. But 41 days. Oh my God, y'all. You know what that fucking means? I'm not ready. Oh my God. Okay, I have a long weekend coming up, and so I got to get my shit ready for real. Oh my God, I got to get my shit ready for real. 41 more days, Aquanda. 41 more days. 41 more days for Cancun. So if anybody else wants to onboard to our Cancun trip and is balling, because that means y'all got to hurry up and pay all your money right now. Get the cheapest room. Right? But you know, listen, I am praying in 41 days that the airports got their shit together. Well, at least Newark Airport. Because did y'all see the shit that was happening at Newark Airport? Motherfuckers was stuck at Newark Airport for days. Oh, I love you, Johnny. I feel fucking special. I feel fucking special, yo. You on vacation? You could have been fucking laying in bed, scratching your nuts, sleeping and shit. You came on here. I love it. I love it. Yes. I don't know. Aquanda, what booster shot? I don't know. I've had meetings with park officials and prepping business plan all week. My brain hurts. See, Hillbilly? That's the shit that I'm talking about. That mental shit is no joke, because sometimes I can't shut it off. I come home, I close my eyes, and it's still fucking going. It's crazy. All right, so 41 days before our summer soiree, day of arrival. Okay, day of arrival. I'm going to update my agenda, get it out to the travel agent so she can send it out electronically to you guys. Make sure y'all have it on your phones. Day of arrival. We are going to make sure that we collect everyone's hotel rooms, right? This is how I'm traveling, right? Being that we're traveling, you know, supporting Coffee with Friends, I feel responsible, right? And so when we get there, one of the things we're going to do is meet up in the lobby of the hotel at 6 p.m. At 6 p.m. This is going to be sent out. The reason why I picked 6 p.m. is because check-in time at these hotels are normally like 3 or 4 o'clock. So I want you to be able to get in, get checked in, get situated, put your fucking bathing suit on if you must, come back downstairs to the lobby. All right. And I'm going to send these instructions out at least for day of arrival to folks in an email. All right. Day of arrival, we will be meeting in the lobby at 6 p.m. We will be collecting everyone's hotel room so that we all know each other's hotel room for safety reasons, right? We're going to make sure everyone has checked in with the shuttle service to make sure that you are secured for your ride back home. Yes, we're going to do that on the day we arrive, so we don't have to fucking worry about it, all right? We will then discuss at that time the group excursion that we either chose already or we need to go and book it. Good morning, Mika. All right. That is the day of arrival. That is going to be very important. Everything after that will be at the resort together. We can go through the agenda, right? But I'm talking about having activities. There's, mind y'all, We don't have to be glued to each other's side all day and all night, because I know I want y'all to enjoy Cancun, right? So that's why this agenda is going to be important, because there's times when we're going to meet up as a group. Not to say that we can't all hang together all the time, but in case you want to walk off and do your own shit or have your own excursion, that's okay, right? But that's why I'll have times on here. For example, the next day that we're there, when we're there the full day, 8 a.m., we'll meet and do Coffee with Friends live. We'll stream it from there. 3 o'clock p.m., we're going to do a card game. So you'll know to meet us at 3 p.m., okay, to do a card game. I have to figure out, most likely we're going to do our games by the pool, depending on the win levels, because we're talking about cards, right? But I'll figure that out, all right? And so I'm excited, y'all. 41 days away. And with each game, there's going to be a prize that I give out, right? Don't be picky about the fucking prize, y'all. All right? The fuck? Just take what I give you. I'm just saying. Yes. Now that we got that out the way, all right, I'm excited about that. All right. Yes, the smoke is coming our way from Canada, y'all. Again, you know, it really scratches my ass when I see people post. And you know, I apologize up front. You know, ever since, I be scared to say shit. I'm gonna be honest. I be a little bit nervous to say shit on this show because I don't want to offend nobody, and that's not how we used to be. But that's how I'm feeling lately, kind of. And I don't want to be like that, because I'm a straight shooter and I love everybody. But folks make my ass itch, okay? Folks make my ass itch, but that's because conspiracy theorists, not all of them and not all conspiracies, but a lot of them make my ass itch. Why do motherfuckers comment or post on social media they don't understand how fire, smoke travels across the air, and how the fuck smoke come from Canada over here to the United States, and how the fuck is the smoke in New York and New Jersey? People make my ass itch, y'all. I'm like, why y'all always looking for a fucking conspiracy? The fires are fucking burning. The wind is fucking blowing. We've had tornadoes. We've had rainstorms. We've had high winds. The wind blows. Why do some people, now listen, y'all, correct me if I'm wrong, unitch my ass for me. I'm asking y'all to unitch y'all ass, my ass for me. Explain to me why it's so impossible for smoke to come from Canada to fucking New York and New Jersey. Somebody on here explain that to me. I'll even throw the fucking link up real quick so that somebody could jump the fuck on and tell me why they think smoke can't travel from Canada to New York and New Jersey. Why is that a conspiracy theory to some people? Let me know. Educate me. Tell me something. Unitch my ass. People just like to talk about anything. How we get smoke from Canada? How sway? I remember there was a population of people on social media talking about there ain't no fucking fires in Canada. You live there? How the fuck you know? So I was scratching my head. I said, okay, let me call my old boss who fucking lives in Canada, who can fucking confirm if the fires are burning. While these conspiracy theorists, people don't know one fucking person that live in Canada but swear ain't no fires burning in Canada. My old boss said the fires are fucking burning. Okay? And for all those people that said, how come the Canada sky is clear and New York and New Jersey is foggy? Their shit was foggy too. And then it cleared up. And then it got foggy the fuck again. And then it cleared up. That's how the fucking wind works. Oh my God. I had to get that out because I don't understand. Now that part, now Cheryl, I never knew how the fire got started. Right now, we know that these forest fires start from campers or people not camping properly, burning fires. Canada wasn't getting enough rain. You know, when you go camping, sometimes you can't burn a fire because it's dry out there and it catches, and that's what starts forest fires. Now, I never knew how the fire started, right? But the fires are there now, right? So now the fires are burning. I agree with you. We don't know. It could have been started on purpose, but they're burning, right? And these fires are going to be burning for a long time. And the people in California, if anybody on here from California, can y'all educate motherfuckers on how fires burn? Because y'all motherfuckers burn all year. I'm just saying. Some of y'all want to be conspiracy theorists so damn bad. So with that being said, when the smoke comes here, it's supposed to come this afternoon and tomorrow, right? When the smoke gets here, if it gets here, right? Wear your 95KN95 mask outside. That's all. Protect yourself. If you don't have to go outside, don't. Now that you know, that's funny because my girlfriend just texted me and asked me to come into the city tomorrow. And I was like, oh, hell yeah. You know, I'm down for a good time. But if we are smoked the fuck out, I'm not going. I didn't know that, hillbilly. Yes, Aquanda, that could be it too. Thank you, Pat. Can somebody, Pat, Pat, cause come on, can somebody educate people? Upstate New York connects to Canada. I don't know who the fuck didn't know that. As many times as I've been to Buffalo, and we drive right over to Canada in a quick hot fucking minute. It's right the fuck there. I mean, Toronto and shit, but the fires are in Quebec, but still. Upstate New York connects with Canada. There are 250 fires burning. So please, y'all, stop sounding a bit ignorant talking about how does the smoke get here. Canada ain't that motherfucking far. Just because you can't walk there don't mean the smoke can't get here. Oh, okay, so the smoke right now is in Chicago. Well, be safe, y'all, right? When that shit come here, be safe. I'm going to go ahead and get into the morning positive read. It is June 29th. We're almost finished with June. June is the month of forgiveness, y'all. All right. June is the month of forgiveness. And you know me, I don't know what, part of forgiveness in your life that you're working on. But I'm working on forgiving myself part. I'm not ready for the forgive others part yet. I'm sorry, but not sorry, right? I'm working on forgiving myself first. June 29th. I am now willing to forgive myself for making life harder than it needs to be. Baby, they talking to me. I could tell already. I hadn't read this yet. But this says, I am now willing to forgive myself. Look at my book, y'all. Somebody help me. I need to glue it back. I am now willing to forgive myself for making life harder than it is meant to be. How difficult have you made your life? Have you made it hard to get ahead? Have you created enemies and challengers who are bigger than you? Have you set yourself up for failure? What stance have you taken in life? To what lengths are you willing to go in order to prove the rightness of the stance you have taken? Have you taken on more than you could do just to prove that you were right about the fact that you could not do it? Lord. Just how hard have you made your life? This is deep. How far are you willing to go to prove that you are right about how hard life is? People that stay in relationships because they want to prove that they can have a successful marriage even though they're unhappy. People that stay at jobs that are miserable because people, they're trying to prove that they can accomplish this, right? Do we make life harder than it needs to be because we feel we have to prove something to somebody else? Life is not hard. Life is a process. Life distributes itself equally among all living people. While all things in life are equal, all things in life are not equally distributed to all people. You know how some people go, why me and not them? We are talking here about conditions, not the essence of life itself. Some people have a little more of this, while others have a lot less of it. Some people are given opportunities that others must work to get, and others may never get. These are conditions. They are situations and experiences. They are not the essence of life itself. Unfortunately, there is a tendency to confuse the conditions of life with the process of life. When that happens, life itself becomes hard to live. Life is a process of taking what you have and turning it into something worthwhile, taking what you have. Your willingness to do this determines the conditions of your life. The process of living encourages you to leap and to fly, to run and to soar, to meander and to piddle, to embrace and release. What you tell yourself about your ability to do one or all of these things at any given time determines how hard life will be for you. Until today, you may have held on to the position that life is hard. Just for today, make a distinction between the process of life and the conditions in your life. You may just determine that what you are telling yourself about the process is becoming evident in the conditions. Today, I am devoted to examining all the things I am telling myself about the process of life. Baby, that's deep, right? How many of us have said life is hard? How many of us have said life is hard, or at least said my life is hard? When you think of the conditions of your life, not the process of life, right? Because the essence of life itself, we are all given life equally, right? Breathe air, right? But the conditions of your life, the bad marriages you're in, the bad friendships that you're in, the bad jobs that you're in, maybe the expensive apartment that you're in where you're working 3 or 4 jobs, right? The conditions of your life is what makes life hard. I know someone, I'm not mentioning any names, right? So, I know someone that once told me that they had $110,000 in credit card debt. Baby, when my credit card debt gets $15,000, I got to doo-doo all the time. I be scared as fuck. Because with the interest rates and shit, $15,000 takes a long time to pay off. So when someone said to me, and this is an average person, this is not a millionaire or a multi-hundreds of thousandaire, right? This is an average median salary person. $110,000 in credit card debt, right? Living in a development with a little bit hefty rent, with the amenities of swimming pool and all this stuff. Beautiful. Love it. Right? I want to live the same way, and I have. Right? They work 3 jobs. 3 jobs. Now, I know life for me has gotten scary where I have thought about taking on a second job, but then I was like, nah. Mentally, I know I can't do it. First of all, my job is too unpredictable. I can't take on another job because you see, I had to work weekends on this job. My job, I don't really have a schedule. You know, anybody that works in corporate America, you kind of just work. And anybody that's a program slash project manager knows that we work according to our projects, right? So when I hear people that have $110,000 in credit card debt, forget all the other debt. They also have student loan and rent and everything the fuck else. And you got to work 3 jobs. And you complain that you're tired, your back hurts, your feet are tired, everything's swollen. That is when you make your life fucking hard. I'm talking to me and everybody else. Right? Because there's a population of people that will rather walk around LV from head to toe, Gucci from head to toe, live in luxury apartments, right? And then complain that life is hard. Why do we do that? So this to me was a great read and something to think about. Even myself, the next time I say out loud, life is hard, I'm going to start assessing the conditions in my life and I'm going to hang on what I feel is so hard about my life. And if I find myself saying life is hard with this rent that I pay, maybe I need to say to myself, downsize, Robin. Because why the fuck life got to be hard? You ain't got to. You ain't got to. The sad part is, you hear my stomach growling. I don't know if the mic is picking it up. The sad thing is, downsizing for me means moving completely away from my area because the studio apartments are just like $200 less than what I pay right now for my 2-bedroom. The new buildings, a studio apartment is $2,200. 1-bedroom apartments are $2,500. 2-bedroom apartments are $2,900 and up, all the way up to $4,000. Okay. So downsize for me would mean moving completely out of my neighborhood, right? But it's up to me. I choose how the conditions of my life and how hard they are. If I choose to live in Bergen County and I choose to live in this apartment and I choose these conditions of my life, then I'm choosing it to be hard. If it is hard. Think about that, y'all. So for those that are running around, maybe possibly right now going, life is hard. Why me? Think about the conditions of your life. I'm just saying. That was a good read for me. Juanita said, shit, I said just yesterday, that I'm a good person and can't seem to get ahead while others are the evil prosper. 15 is crazy to me. I've never had a credit card. Oh my God, good for you. The fuck? You know? Juanita said, I've learned to spend from other people's hardships. You know, for myself, I make decent money and you know, I got to do better. Cause I don't walk around and I shouldn't say that. Cause I was gonna say I don't walk around with name brand shit, but I do. But all of my bags that I wear right now, my Gucci bags, my Louis Vuitton bags, all these bags that I have, I've had them for donkey's years. I haven't bought a new bag in 5-6 years. Not a new luxury bag, right? My son got me that Marc Jacobs crossbody bag for my birthday. I don't even carry the bags half the time. Every now and again, I pull the bags out my closet, right? For me, those are like my emergency funds at this point. If I fall low on some money, I'm going to sell them shits. Those are my emergency funds. Okay? Life don't have to be hard. Check on your conditions. All right. And with that, let's get into today's topic. All right. Make sure y'all giving me the thumbs up when y'all are coming in. Yes, Juanita, sometimes we choose the conditions that we are in. So today we are talking about fair and just. I have a lot of topics benched, but this one I really wanted to talk about today, fair and just, because some real shit happened in the last couple of days, right? Carlishia Hood, Chicago. Let's talk about that for a minute. And I hope I'm not butchering her name, but Carlishia Hood, the altercation that took place while ordering food, the argument that happened between Carlishia Hood and this gentleman that assaulted her in the food, in this restaurant, right? This fast food restaurant or whatever type of food place it was. I'm sure most of y'all saw the video circulating around where the argument took place and the guy punched Carlishia Hood several times, and Carlishia Hood's son shot him multiple times, right? Soon as I heard the story, I need to pause. Hillbilly, that's a great idea. I pay all of my cars off a year and a half in advance because I pay my car note every 2 weeks. You pay your car note every 2 weeks and you add like $50 more or $100 more to one of the payments, you beat the interest. I paid off all my cars a year and a half in advance. Good morning, Kevin. So back to Carlishia Hood in Chicago. When I first heard the story and I saw the video circulating around, right? I was like, oh my God, this 14-year-old is going to jail for protecting his mom, right? And I'm just thinking, if that was me and I got into an altercation, my son probably would have did something similar, right? I don't know if he carries a weapon or whatever, but it would have been some shit would have happened. Some shit would have happened. That would not have gone away, right? And when I look at that scene, I don't expect anybody's child to be okay with their mother being pounded on the way she was. Now, when I read some of the feedback about, people on social media, everybody has an opinion. Opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one, right? And you know what? I am learning not to argue with people's opinion because they have a fucking right to have an opinion. If I don't like your opinion, I'll just scroll the fuck by. I don't have to argue with it, right? But there was a population of people that felt like Carlishia Hood, good morning, Angel, that Carlishia Hood should not have been arguing at the capacity she was arguing with that guy. They were like, why didn't she just shut the fuck up? And I thought about it. And I said, oh my God, but I'm Carlishia Hood. Right? I did. I thought about it. And I said, but I'm her. Like, you're not going to roll up on me. Unfortunately, right? Why did she have to be quiet? There's a population of people like, she should have shut the fuck up. She saw how angry he was. Yes, he was angry. But so was she. So was she. Right? So was she. And the other thing I saw was before the guy hit her, that argument was going on for so long. We talked about on this show, do black men protect their black women? We asked that question on this show. And the question that I asked was, right? Black women other than your own also. If you see a black woman that's having an issue, do you step in and protect her? The argument was taking place for a while. I mean, a minute is a while. Long enough for a man to step in and be like, yo, dude, chill the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? But in the videos that was circulating, people was online trying to order, waiting to order their food, and they just listening and looking. Do we protect our women? Like, how could this whole scene been avoided? Right? That's my first question. All right. I was nervous for this 14-year-old. I was like, are the shit hell? This 14-year-old is now going to go to jail for the rest of his motherfucking life for protecting his mom. Deb Gibson said he hit her so hard. I was like, why do some people automatically throw blows when in an argument? That made no sense to me. Oh my God. Deb, he hit her so fucking hard. I mean, damn. And multiple times. That part, y'all. That's where I'm going. Okay. Well, Angel, that part. But people stood there in lines. I'm like, if you're standing there, right? So the son stepped in and took care of business. Juanita said, I don't care how much she talked. Both people were turned up. Keep your damn hands to yourself. Everyone stood there filming the altercation, and some even walked away. Nobody said nothing to stop it. Now, I might not have said nothing. You know, I might have walked out too, to be honest, right? But because I look to my men. I talk a big fucking game, y'all, but I'm girly. Like, fuck that shit. I'm girly. I'm looking to the fucking men. Help us. Now, I might have said to a couple of guys in there, can you please help her? I look to our men. Now, men, I know it's scary, and y'all don't want to be punched the fuck out. But damn. Juanita said if you had time to pull your phone out and to videotape the quarreling before the blows were thrown, you had enough time to stop what was about to happen. Right, Deb. That part. Mm-hmm. That part. You know, I'm going to be honest. I wouldn't want to be a man. I wouldn't want to be a man because y'all got a lot of pressures on y'all. You do. Because if I was in a situation like that, I am looking for the men. And I'm going to be like, sir, can you fucking help her? Okay, Kevin, I've been waiting. Kevin, that part. Kevin said, I think a lot of people have taught themselves to stay out of other people's altercations because of the increased killings over the smallest things. No one wants to attempt to stop a fight and end up getting killed. So, of course, in my post this morning to preset this conversation, I said, protect your loved ones at what cost? And others, we can apply others to that. Non-loved ones. She did, Cheryl Lee. 50,000 or something like that. People don't want to get killed. So how do we protect each other in these days and times? Okay, that is my question. How do we protect each other in these days and times? Ultimately, the city arrested Carlishia and her 14-year-old son.
Okay, I found this on the web for the city arrested both Carlishia and a 14-year-old son. Check it out.
Siri is nosy as fuck. Anyway, they arrested both her and her son. But then the city dropped the charges. I never saw no shit like that in my life. I was like, of all places, Chicago. And they dropped all the fucking charges. I'm going to be honest, y'all. I had no hopes for the 14-year-old. I didn't, because we never give fair and just treatment. We never give fair and just treatment. We don't. The criminal justice system does not give the black and brown folks fair and just treatment. So when the city dropped the charges, I was like, the fuck? Yes. All right. She's been released and he's been released. Now, originally, they set bail of $3 million for Carlishia Hood, right? And of course, she couldn't afford it, but that's what the fuck they do to the black and brown people, and they give, like, I remember, these cases that were floating around for these white folk. No, just being real. Bail would be $200,000, $250,000. My son got arrested. He had a $250,000 bail for some petty shit. The black and brown people, they will try to pin you with a bail knowing they can't afford to get out. This is how a lot of our black and brown people sit in jail, innocent, waiting to be proven. They're waiting to prove their innocence because they can't afford the bail. But guess what? That bail was then lowered to a reasonable cost to where the community raised money and bailed Carlishia Hood out. Ultimately, later, she was released. Her and her son were released. Thumbs up, y'all. Thank you, protagonists. Thumbs up, y'all. We almost there. Okay? Deb, true, little protection for our complexion. I like that. That's another t-shirt. Deb, that's another t-shirt. Right, y'all? Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Hillbilly said a large hillbilly gal was taking a ball bat to a husband clerk at a gas station and his car and the inside of the store. He was holding the 2-month-old, and I said, hell no. So I protected the child. At least, yes. Wait, the woman, you said a hillbilly. What is a large hillbilly gal? Like, what the hell? What do hillbilly women look like? I'm dead. Wait, sounds like fuck around and find out to me. It is. Juanita says a Chicago woman has filed a lawsuit. Yes, she has. A lawsuit after charges against her and her son were dropped. She's filing a lawsuit, I think it's for $50,000 for suffering for her son because he was arrested. And so, and good for her. Carlishia Hood, 35, was flanked by her attorneys in Bronzeville during a news conference where they announced that they have filed a complaint against the city of Chicago and 5 police officers. Yes. Hillbilly. I need to understand this hillbilly culture. I am so fascinated by it, and I'm fucking gonna listen. Stop playing with me, hillbilly. Get them rafts together. Get the rafts together, right? And get that raft business together. Because I wanna experience the hillbilly culture. Y'all said I keeps my blinky on me, especially when I'm going around Dusty's. I know that's right. See, yeah. I have to make a choice, y'all. And that's why I haven't purchased a weapon yet. I have my permit, but I don't own a firearm, right? Because I have some decisions in the background to make. I'm just saying. The fuck. No, Juanita, hillbilly is a culture. It really is a culture, Juanita. It's not just him saying big. He said she was a big girl, but hillbilly is actually, it's a culture. And I want to learn what that shit is. You said she could fight in the octagon. I'm dead. All right. So more to this story. So let's go to the other positives of this story. Nicki Minaj reached out to Carlishia Hood, right? I don't know how, but she offers to pay for the 14-year-old's college fund because Nicki Minaj said good for him for protecting his mother. Good for you, Nicki Minaj. Good for fucking you. Okay? Now this young boy, even though there's some trauma that's going to come with this, right? Because I know it's not easy it can't be easy to shoot and kill someone, right? Now this is a trauma that both of these people, Carlishia Hood and the 14-year-old, is going to have to deal with. Not only are they dealing with the trauma, but the assaulter's family, that they're going to have to deal with the trauma. And supposedly the assaulter has some kids. How do I know that? How do I know that? Because they fucking set up a GoFundMe for the assaulter. They did. His name is Brown, right? They set up a GoFund trying to raise $10,000. They better put his ass in Potter's Field. The fuck? He was wrong. And good for the city of Chicago. Fuck that. Deb, a lot of motherfuckers don't have insurance. You know, a lot of people are living off are relying on the insurance from their job, and people don't have separate insurance policies. You know, as a matter of fact, I need to call my son and make sure he got fucking insurance, because unfortunately, Deb, one of the things that y'all need to know about insurance policies is this: insurance policies don't cover felons. Like, they will reject felons. See, felons, my son, and I know this to be a fact. All right. When my son came home from jail, I tried to get him life insurance. He tried to get life insurance, right? They denied him, right? So now that it's been 11 years, I'm going to tell him to try again and try to get life insurance, right? They would not give my son life insurance. So when people go, oh, this motherfucker didn't have life insurance. Oh, you know, life insurance is funny. Life insurance is funny. That was something I learned when I tried to get my son life insurance when he came home from the Who Scout. All right, Hillbilly, Hillbilly, you are doing the fucking damn thing. Yes, 2 girls, Kevin. That's the picture on the GoFund. Hey, Ron, good morning. Exactly, Ron. Exactly. Shirley said, can we address how the girlfriend was edging him on? You know how women can play on a man's ego. She should have been charged as well. What do y'all think about that? What do y'all think about that? Do y'all think that the girlfriend, Mr. Brown, the assaulter's girlfriend, who was egging the argument on, I wonder how the fuck she feel right now. Good morning, Sab. I wonder how the fuck she feels right now. Like, bitch, you stood on the sideline, tooted your man to punch, you know, irritated the situation. You know your man was already mad. And then you sat there and you instigated the argument, and he punched this lady out. Now your man is dead. And you set up a fucking GoFundMe, or somebody set up a GoFundMe for him to raise $10,000. Thumbs up, y'all. Okay? For $10,000? Are y'all serious right now? All right, so, I mean, hey, Rochelle, we got to take a pause. Hey, Red 5, we got to take a pause. All right? And we're going to sing happy birthday. Hey, Ghost, we're going to sing Happy birthday to Rochelle because we had a birthday going on. The fuck? Where did my shit go? Happy birthday to I can't play that one. Okay, we gotta play the generic one because my channel cannot get flagged, y'all. Hey, this goes out to Rochelle Hugo. It was her birthday yesterday. Happy birthday to you. I'm coming, go. Hey, happy birthday, Rochelle. I hope you enjoyed your birthday. All right, happy belated birthday to you. I love that.
Happy birthday.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You miss me?
Man, I did. I did. And over the past days, I'm sitting there like, bro, I know I'm not getting up this early and she ain't on here.
You know, listen, Tuesdays and Wednesdays, y'all know if y'all don't see me, you know what that means. I had to go to work. Those are the days that my job pulls me into the office.
Oh, yeah, I
And
know
work is
why you don't be getting on. I ain't say I like it. I just said I
no,
know
no,
why.
no. I know. I'm just reminding folks, right? And so, my job. Listen, lately they've been working me for my paycheck. That I was in bed yesterday during the daylight, so y'all already know that part. And so when I'm not here, that's why y'all like literally they are texting on the sidelines right here, and I'm trying not to even get engaged right now. All right. But Ghost, we're talking about Carlishia Hood in Chicago. What do you think about that case with the 14-year-old?
Well, I've been telling everybody this. I feel like the boy did right when he shot his mama. Shot old buddy to defend his mama. The problem I have is after you shot him and you stopped, you know what I'm saying, you started to walk out, and mom was like, nah, kill that nigga. You fucked up when you went back and shot him up to finish him off. That's why I feel like you went wrong at. Man, like you was cool for shooting him, you know what I'm saying, defending mama. Like I have no problem with that at all. But you should have left it at that one shot. Either left it at that one shot or you should have killed him when you first squeezed the trigger, not come back and finish it off.
Yeah. But they dropped the charges.
And I'm happy for him. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like
I was
I
shocked,
will say
folks.
that I was too.
I was fucking shocked.
I'm
This
gonna
is
say,
Chicago.
but did you hear that first punch he gave her? Whoo!
I felt that
Hey,
shit,
damn, boy, he rocked the shit out of her. I was
baby.
like, oh damn. I was like, did he break her jaw? I was like, boy, he hit her hard than a motherfucker.
I'm surprised. Listen, like you said, I'm surprised her teeth wasn't misaligned because he hit her so hard you fucking heard it.
Man, you heard like that shit. You heard all connection in that shit. That shit hit all bone wherever he hit. I know he shattered something. She probably wasn't feeling it that day, but you felt it when you're sitting in that jail, your adrenaline went down.
Yes, side. There was a delay in between the shots. He shot him, and then he chased him down and shot him some more.
Yeah.
He chased him down and shot him some more. That's why I thought he was going to go to jail. Honestly,
I did too.
that's why I thought it wasn't that I didn't think he was going to get arrested for shooting him, but I felt like after he shot him and then he chased him and shot him down dead. That's the part that I thought
Yeah.
they were going to get him on. I was 12 the first time my grandmama made me shoot at someone.
I mean, yeah, you know what I'm saying? It may have been your first time. You know what
Why
I'm
did
saying?
you have to shoot at them? What did he do? What did the person fucking do, hillbilly? I mean, you can't tell part of a story. What did the person do that your grandmama made you shoot at the motherfucker? Was it your grandfather? Was it your grandfather? So, Ghost, what do you think about the girlfriend that was edging the assaulter on the sidelines? What's the message that we need to tell women in situations like this?
Let me make sure I don't be offensive when I say nothing.
Fuck that, say it.
Um,
I'm tired of this shit because my tongue was tired earlier because I didn't know what to say. Just say the shit. Y'all know we on here with love. We can't be
Honestly, like
tongue tied
shit,
on
like
here. Just
shit
fucking
don't be
say it.
that, like it don't be that serious. Like really, shut the fuck up. Like sit back, shut the fuck up. I'm being honest, just sit back and shut the fuck up. Like stop instigating shit when you ain't gonna do shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you know what I'm saying. You putting somebody else in a position. You know what I'm saying to possibly get their ass whooped to get shot.
Why are you looking over here?
Movie theater.
I feel like
Movie
you're
theater.
looking at me.
Movie theater.
Don't judge me.
You know what I'm saying? It's like,
I'm delivered. I'm grown now. I don't do that no more. I shut the fuck up now. Believe it or not. I mean, it's hard for me to shut the fuck up. I be chewing on my tongue. But that experience in the movie theater, I promise y'all, that was a trauma. I don't fuck around.
And see, that's thing. I never heard his girlfriend like in the video egging him on. It was just the lady who wouldn't stop talking that he wanted to shut up, and then he punched her because she wouldn't shut up. I didn't hear nobody in the background egging him on.
Me neither.
Like, so I don't know what people talking about. Like that part must came from people who was actually there or some
Right.
shit.
Exactly.
Like, but yeah, I didn't hear nobody in the background.
Me neither. We didn't hear it on the video. This was something that came out in the report. I didn't hear nobody in the background edging him on, but in the reports, they were saying that his girlfriend was in there egging him on. I didn't hear it, so I don't know what she was doing. But it's in the reports. Someone parked across the road from our house at night. Wait, what?
Okay, wait. So your grandmother made you shoot at somebody that was parked legally across the street from your house and not on y'all property?
Exactly.
So you go shoot at him? I'm glad you ain't hit shit because you'd have been gone.
Wait, but is across the street your property?
I was like, yeah, now that's thing. But what people gotta understand though, as long as the car is in the street, it's not your property. Even if his tires was parked in your grass right there where the street is, there's still what they call public.
Yeah.
And so you have to allow that. So that motherfucker was parked legally. You know what I'm saying? Now, mind you, she may not have liked the person and didn't want them there, but legally, ain't nothing you can do.
Yeah.
Unless she had a restraining order. Now, that's different.
Yeah. That's a good one. So I said, oh, thinking the heat of the moment of his mama being beat on in anger. I don't blame him for doing it.
Yeah, no.
I just was surprised that the city of Chicago dropped the charges because if you follow the law, right, he would have been standing his ground by protecting his mom and shooting the motherfucker at the time, right? Protecting his mom. But then when he let the guy go and he chased them, then now that becomes premeditated because now you going after the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
So that
I don't know about premeditated because it's still within the moment.
Okay, but still it's a pause. And not only that, they left the scene.
Yeah.
So you know what I'm saying?
No.
I'm saying I don't see nothing. Listen, I'm grateful for them, but I was surprised that the city of Chicago didn't take those little tidbits and try to make a case out of it.
I was shocked too. I ain't gonna lie. I was shocked too.
I was fucking shocked.
But I guess when they seen that video, when they saw that first hit, they said, "Oh shit, you know what? Don't worry about it. Just drop them charges, man." Because he fuck out of her. Boy.
Did you hear that punch?
Man, woo.
And I think that's what the fuck saved them. When that video, you know, we talk about people pulling out their phones and recording, but let me tell y'all something. The video recordings from those people that was in that food place is what got those charges fucking dropped. Let's be real. If those videos were not there, them motherfuckers would still be in jail today.
Yeah. Man, can you imagine the trauma this 14-year-old boy got knowing he just killed the man? Now, granted, yeah, you killed him for your mama, but you still took a life at 14.
So now he got to go to therapy, right? Nicki Minaj, you heard that part when I said Nicki Minaj offered to pay for his college tuition?
Oh, yeah?
Yep. Nicki Minaj, it's a reports floating around. Nicki Minaj said she commends him for protecting his mom and is offering to pay his college tuition. I love it.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
Yep. Oh, Hillbilly said, you got to understand that no other houses could be seen. They had no reason to be there. They left. That's because, right, y'all live out in them places where y'all don't have fucking neighbors. So why was he there? That's a good question.
But he don't know.
He was driving and was tired. The fuck?
Right, I was like, it could have been many different reasons. But he was legally parked.
Right? Don't fuck around with the hillbillies. The fuck? Right side. So we're reading it on the with the girlfriend. We're reading about it, but we didn't really hear it on the video. So yeah, the Post and other news media outlets are reporting that the girlfriend was hyping him up, but I didn't hear it.
And like I said, I feel like, once he popped old buddy in the back, I don't think old buddy was gonna make it to the hospital anyway.
Yeah, he wasn't.
I don't
No.
think he was gonna make it anyway.
No. Uh-uh.
Man, and and it's not funny, but I ain't
That's
gonna.
true, Cheryl.
It's some
That part.
funny ass behind this shit. You know what I'm saying? They talking about old buddy went in for a sandwich and came out with some wings. And I ain't gonna
Did
lie.
you see that? Did
I
you fucking see that?
nigga, as fucked up as the situation it is, nigga, I died when I saw that shit.
I did too.
Oh,
I was like, God, please forgive me. Because they were like, he done fucking went in there for some chicken and came out with wings. I was like, I'm fucking dead, y'all. Because where's the lie?
right? Because nigga, you punched this boy's mama right in front of him, like
Not punch. Did you hear the punch? This is beyond punch.
look, I don't even watch whatever you call this shit, but he Goku punched the shit out of her ass. Whatever
Listen,
thing.
I thought her face was broken. I didn't expect to see her talking. I thought her face was fucking broken. That's a good way to do it, Juanita. Let me ask y'all a question. Right? Let me ask y'all a question. If your man walked away from an altercation, right? How would you ladies feel?
I
Like,
see. But
there's some beef going on between the two guys, and your man decided to say, you know what? I don't want no problems, and walked away. How would you ladies feel? Be honest.
well, I tell you this: the only thing that'll make me walk away, like if I really got beef with somebody, the only thing that'll make me walk away is think about what I'm possibly finna lose. You know what I'm saying? Think about what I got like, but I'm not a kid. I'm not young no more. You know what I'm saying? Like I actually got shit to live for. You know what I'm saying? I got people
You
depending
sound
on
like my son.
I got all kind of people depending on me and everything. Like man, look, I can't be fun to get into that shit. And like if we really ain't talking about taking each other life, then nigga, this ain't no real beef. Like this ain't no real beef. Like straight up. Like
Yeah. And that's what my son said, because like I talk about my son, he the one, he'll chase motherfuckers down the street and shit like that. And that's to calm him. There was the old him, like he didn't have nothing in his mind, he had nothing to lose. So he was going all out for his, right? But now, he thinks about shit and he's like, I got too much to lose. I worked too hard for the shit that I got. I got too much to lose. So I really a situation has to really, be worth it for me to lose everything that I work for.
yeah.
And that's why I'm asking the ladies, right? Because there's a population of ladies that'll call their man a sucker or some shit. I was watching this show on Netflix. I can't remember the name of it right now, where the two girls, this man was going to get Christmas tree, and they had the Christmas tree picked out and was about to pay for it. And another man walked over and grabbed the Christmas tree and dragged it to the cashier. And the girls is like, that man over there took our Christmas tree. And the father went over there, and the guy was like, basically, fuck off. This tree don't have your name on it. He was like, but you took this tree for my girls. And he was like, fuck off, find another tree. Right? And the father just walked off and said, girls, we'll get another tree. And his daughters are like, what? Like, you gonna let him just take our tree? What do y'all think?
I'm not finna whoop your ass with the tree. I'm finna whoop your ass because you disrespecting my child. Now, I'm coming at you because of what you just did to my child. Fuck that tree. It could have been a toy. It could have been a pencil. I don't care what it was. I mean, you fucked with my child. You know what I'm saying? Nah. Some shit, it's gonna be what it's gonna be.
That's a good one, Hillbilly. My wife makes me pre-promise. She's a banker and my actions can get her fired. I don't break promises. That's a good one. What impact, how does your husband's reactions impact your life? Gotta think about that shit too, right?
See, and I gotta think about that because like this one works for CPS. You know what I'm saying? And a therapist. So it's like, bro, it's too much to lose over here.
That's true. I am Jacinta. I hope she moves out of Chicago with her son. What do y'all think about that?
Honestly, man, you want people to move to try to start over, get a fresh start and stuff like that or whatever. But if that's the case, we'd move long before some stuff happened. Like everybody can't just afford to move. And that's why people don't. That's why a lot of blacks don't take vacations. We can't afford it. You know, not that we don't want to, just you know.
Yeah. Cheryl Lee said yes at Jacinta and Deb. That young man is going to need a lifetime of therapy. I agree. Right. And so 50,000, Carlishia is suing for $50,000. I don't think that's enough.
Suing
You
who?
know why? Huh?
Suing who?
The city of Chicago
For what?
for falsely arresting her and her son.
And see, you gotta learn to stop. Learn to stop while you ahead. Bitch, you just got out of. You got away. You just got away with murder because you allowed him to. Because you told him to go finish the boy like he walked him down. You know what? That shit ain't got nothing to do with me.
I know we be trying to mind our business, but not really.
Like,
How do y'all feel? Y'all really want?
Not too shabby.
Oh my
Thanks
God.
for asking.
This Siri shit is getting on my nerves. How do y'all feel about the lawsuit? Do you think the lawsuit is appropriate? Now, I'm gonna give my
no,
opinion, and some of y'all are not gonna like it. The arrest to me was necessary. It's a part of, the fuck, proving yourself innocent, right? And so she got arrested. Her son got arrested. I didn't see anything wrong with them being arrested until, they figured out what was going on. And so I'm not sure. I'm kind of on the fence with the lawsuit against the city of Chicago. I mean, the city of Chicago, they arrested her and they dropped the fucking charges. And then you came out after the fact and said you were going to sue the city of Chicago. I don't know if I agree. I agree with Ghost. Upon arriving, the police are assessing the scene. They need to take the
they do.
keep it the fuck moving. Niggas be doing too much. Period. Okay. Cause I thought I was gonna be the only one with that opinion on here, and I was like, here they're gonna come for me. They're gonna come for me on the show because I don't fucking agree with the lawsuit.
Like you take
Fuck.
your dub, like she said, take your dub. You just, what I'm saying, you just allowed your 14-year-old son to catch a body. You know what I'm saying? Take your dub and move around. Like
Yeah.
you steady fucking with the.
Yeah.
Lord.
Exactly.
Like,
That's what they're gonna settle. Of course, they got $50,000 is nothing, and that's the other thing. I'm like, you literally suing for $50,000, the amount of money that it cost you to get out of jail on bail. Like, to me, you going hard for $50,000, it's not worth it. They done dropped the charges. They did what they were supposed to do. They arrested y'all and let y'all the motherfucking go.
right? I don't say. See, it's like you gotta learn when to and when not to fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, learn to take your dub and move around.
Thank you.
Out of body, and now you sitting up here roaching for some money. You know what I'm saying? Because first of all, anybody who really sued the police ain't suing for no $50,000.
They not suing for 50,000. That ain't shit.
Like you done finally came across a moment where you can sue and get some money. Like you, I feel like you're roaching. Like I really feel like this is like a roach move. Like I really do.
I just think that
Then again,
fair and just. This was the justice system finally doing something fair and just for us, right? They arrested them rightfully so. I agree with the arrest. And I agree with the charges being dropped. Why do we need a lawsuit? They did what they were supposed to do. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like, and I'm gonna get in trouble for this. Sometimes motherfuckers, they just want to fight and argue for no reason. Because the city of Chicago, to me, kudos.
yeah, that was very big of you to let them go. That was very big of you.
Because they black. And this is why, to me, and Chicago, with the crime rate in Chicago, I was just thinking this 14-year-old boy is gone.
I definitely had that thought too. I was like, man, that boy ain't even got started.
Well, Cheryl Lee, that's why the title today is Fair and Just, right? Because Cheryl Lee said, why the fuck didn't they arrest the guy that choked out the dude on the subway? That we already know that the justice system is different for whites and blacks, right? We already know that.
Yeah.
But because they did not arrest that white guy, does that mean the arrest of Carlishia and her son was wrong? They should have arrested the white guy. They should have, right? The same way that they should have arrested Carlishia and her son. Period. So I said I would be fucking celebrating, not be in one prison and my son in another. Like, go home and thank God y'all were released.
Straight up. Like, be thankful. Like, y'all are blessed. Y'all are blessed. Cause I guarantee you, when all that stuff happened, they put them handcuffs on y'all, took y'all to jail, and once that cell closed and you heard that door lock, I know reality hit you. I know reality slapped the hell out you, and you knew that you was in there for murder, not knowing what's gonna happen to you the rest of your life. Then a couple days later, you get released, and they tell you they dropped the charges. Take your ass home and sit the fuck down somewhere.
And shop for therapy.
You know what I'm saying? Go take you a bath. Because the first thing that you want to do when you get out of the jail is take a shower and eat. I mean, like,
Deb said, well, I mean, on the other side, if the Caucasian woman won't face murder charges for killing the black woman on her front porch, they decline the murder charges. Are we surprised? No, we're not. That's why I called this fair and just. We know that we don't get justice on a regular basis. That's why I'm giving Chicago police kudos, right? Because we see situations like what happened with this white lady who shot the black woman through her door, who got off on those murder charges. And there was no altercation from the black woman.
you want that old lady?
Huh?
That old lady?
The woman, the black woman who was in the park with her kids, and that white lady came and harassed them and stole the kid's iPad. And the
It was
black
an
woman
older
went
white
to
lady,
her house.
wasn't it?
Yeah, it was an older
Yeah, I
white
was
lady.
saying, nah, I think I saw a post where they actually took her old ass to
They
jail.
did, and then they released her. They arrested her. They released her, and they dropped the murder charge. Yeah, she's
You
off.
know, I really feel like there will never become a time where through the system or whatever that black people will ever be treated equally.
Mm-mm.
Ever. And I really feel like as wild as the generation is getting, every time another generation come out, they crazy and crazy. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like it's gonna get to the point to where a generation gonna come around who really not gonna give a fuck,
Mm-hmm.
and they gonna really start. They gonna take the war to the police.
Mm-hmm.
Like I really feel like like one day it may happen.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you can't expect people to sit there and constantly just let shit keep happening to them over and over and over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
Like this world was built on violence. Everything was built on violence. So it's like the only way that you can fight violence is with violence.
Yeah, we're never going to be equal, Cheryl. We've been fighting equality for so many. We're not even close. The justice
Never.
system, my master's degree is in criminal justice and security administration, and we've had to actually write papers on, the justice system between African Americans and whites, and the studies and the reports and the stats and everything that I had to pull together to write this paper. It is factual that we can go up for the same crimes and we get way more time, higher bails, and worse treatment. The black and browns do not get fair and just treatment. This is factual in our justice system. That's why I gave Chicago kudos for this, because this is not normal for the black folks. We already know it's normal for the white people. So when I see the old white lady get off for murder, that's normal for me. I'm used to them getting off.
I don't shock nobody.
It don't shock me.
Expect it.
But when I see a black person get off for murder, I'm fucking shocked, and I'm clapping hard, and I'm giving fucking kudos. Right side, and they actually did the shit. They actually killed the motherfucker and got off.
And that ain't enough for you. You see now you want to go sue the police.
No, for 50,000 though. What is that? That's not even enough for college. The fuck? If you call the police about domestic violence, one of y'all are going to jail. So why do y'all think people are not going to jail for murder? Great point, Johnny.
Yeah, that too. Like that too. Like you don't know who these people know. Like you don't know who's kin to who knows who. I mean, you done got off with murder.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? This is in this situation for anybody. Like you done probably got away with the murder. But that's in that case. That don't mean you done got away from their people.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because I've seen plenty of stories to where, you know, guys and did 12 years in jail or whatever the case may be, and then the day they get released, soon as they step 20 feet away from the prison or whatever, somebody guns you down. You know, and it's like, clearly you done did something wrong. That wasn't enough justice for them. They wanted you dead.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, I mean, you may have got away with it with the police, may have got away with it in the eyes of the law. But
well, that part, Juanita, that's why I think someone on here said that they think that Carlishia and her son should move from Chicago, because Juanita said, think about it. You don't know who his family is. Retribution might come back.
And then now you fucking with the police after they done released you. So now they could probably start harassing you now.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, like, lead, and you know Chicago grimy. Like, lead them folks the fuck alone.
You know what? Because you know what? She'll put the spotlight on her kid, and they'll follow her kid and wait for him to do some fucked up shit and arrest her kid.
Jaywalk, nigga. Just jaywalk one time. We're going to hem your ass up.
Or some kind of search and find some shit on him and charge him for that. Like, y'all got to chill the fuck out. 50,000 is not worth it, in my opinion.
Yeah, 50,000 ain't worth it.
Now, if they arrested them and the police beat the fuck out of them in the process of taking them to jail, okay. That part. But what the police did was arrest them until they could figure out what the fuck happened. They did their job. In my opinion.
I will say, if sometimes they jump the gun. Like, they arrested them without having all the facts of the case first.
But that's arrest is arrest. You get the facts of the case after.
No, you can detain them.
Well, that's what I mean.
Well, it was
no, but you're still arresting them on site. You're still handcuffing them on site. At that point, when they read you your Miranda rights, you are arrested. When they take you to the precinct, they are detaining you. All right. Now charges have not stuck necessarily, but they read you your Miranda rights, okay, at that particular time. And so when you're at the precinct, the charges might not stick, right? But they were officially handcuffed when they were picked up and taken.
Mm-hmm.
Which is a process, which is normal process.
Yeah, now this thing, like, they can detain and hold you.
Yeah.
But to actually read you your Miranda rights means that we have enough evidence to charge you with murder. Like, we ain't holding you no more. You know what I'm saying? We suspect that you committed murder, so that's why we arrested you.
It is the law to read you your Miranda rights as soon as they pull up on your ass before they put them handcuffs on you. If they do not read you your Miranda rights at the time that they put the handcuffs on you, then your lawyer can use that against them, and all charges, whether you're guilty or innocent, can be dropped.
Only if they arrested you, not if they detained you. If they're only detaining you, they don't have to read you no rights because they're not arresting you. Then only if they're arresting you.
They arrested them. It's murder.
I know, that's what I'm saying. So they felt like they had enough evidence to charge them with murder.
He did do it. That is the evidence.
Yeah, but they still have to determine if it's self-defense or not. You can't just automatically say, oh, because someone died and we know you shot them, that's murder. No, you know what I'm saying? Like, we can detain you until we figure out what happened.
But that, detaining somebody is if I took some shirts or some shit out of Macy's or some shit like that. If there's an actual murder, there's a dead body on the ground, they're not coming to you going, oh, we're just going to detain you to ask you some questions. No, you have the gun. You shot the motherfucker. You're being arrested until we figure out what happened.
That's a lawsuit.
That's the law.
Oh, it's not.
All right. Challenge my degree. Challenge my fucking degree. It's the law. I've been through it with my son on several times. This man lived in jail.
It may be different out there, You know what I'm saying? But I will say that is a violation of your rights. I would say that because you can't arrest me without evidence. Like it's just like you can't legally detain nobody with right unless you have what they call RAS, RAS, reasonable articulable suspicion that I committed a crime, about to commit a crime, or in the process of committing a crime. Now, if you don't have evidence that I've done anything, your detainment is illegal. You can't hold me here to investigate nothing. But because there was a murder, someone died, they have the legal right to detain them. You know what I'm saying? Not arrest them because you don't know
Right.
what actually happened. So you can detain them. Now, once you decide to read them their rights, that means that you're arresting them. You're charging them with something. That means you feel like you have enough evidence to say that they committed this crime.
Hmm.
And then, so that's why I say, yeah, you can detain them and keep them there
Well,
and take them
correction.
all you want.
They didn't arrest them, like go get them and arrest them. They turned themselves in and then they were arrested. Right. So thank you, Sai, for clearing that up. They wasn't the cops didn't get dispatched and arrest them. They turned themselves in and was arrested at the time.
Oh
Right.
yeah, what now? In that sense, I kind of understand why they did the rest for the fact that
That's what
y'all ran.
right. That's what I'm saying. They left the scene of the crime.
See, I see in my mind, I'm forgetting that they
You
left. You know what I'm
forgetting
saying? I'm
all
thinking
of
that they
that.
still there. I'm thinking that they still at the scene.
No, they left the scene of the crime. Okay, so in normal circumstances, somebody got killed. The people that killed them left the scene of the crime. They should have stayed there, but they left the scene of the crime. That's why I'm giving Chicago kudos because there are so many things in this case that could have got them strung up. Honestly, but I'm glad that the charges were dropped. Let's say that. I want to make sure that that's said. That's true. Some people will look and say her wounds will heal. This man is gone, and that's not fair. Her wounds will never heal. That shit was fucked up. This is traumatizing.
All right now, can you imagine what would have happened to her if her son wasn't there? Because the damn sure don't look like nobody was trying to jump in and stop him from beating her up. Can you imagine what would have happened to her if her son went there to defend her?
That's what I'm saying.
He'd
People
have
on
beat the
here
dog
said
shit out of
men
her.
was running out the store quicker than the women.
He'd have beat the dog shit out of her
Yeah.
and left her
Because he
leaking
didn't
on that
punch her
floor.
once. He punched her a
Nah,
couple of times.
he punched her until he got shot.
And that's why the charges was dropped. Because he was fucking still punching that boy's mother.
I mean, and imagine the position they put him in. You see another grown ass man beating on your mama,
Damn
and
it.
you know you can't take this grown ass man.
You gotta shoot him.
You ain't got no choice but to shoot you.
You gotta shoot him. So kudos to Chicago. I can't say this fucking enough because let me tell you how many black and brown people are in jail for shit. I worked with a woman on the trading floor. Okay. Woman had a great job working on the trading floor. I was her, client manager. Came on the floor. She was depressed on a regular basis. And one day I said to her, "What is going on? Give me the thumbs up, y'all. What is going on?" She said her fiance is in jail. Now, her fiance owned a fitness center in Brooklyn. This was years ago.
Yes, Angel.
Years ago, right? He owned a football, a fitness center down the block from where they lived. The woman came home and guess what? Her door was broken into and her ex-husband, who was a crackhead, was in there robbing her. She called her man, who's at the fitness center down the block, to come. He come home, come in the house, fight with the motherfucker. They fighting in the bathroom. The crackhead slipped, hit his head on a tub, died. Her fiance, who's a businessman, in jail facing 25 years. We were at work trading floor. They were donating money to her lawsuit. This motherfucker sitting in jail fighting for his life. He was already in there a year when she told me this story. You understand what I'm saying? This is a man who
That's
came
crazy.
home because they said, "Oh, why she call him opposed to calling the cops?" That was the argument. Why she call him instead of calling the cops?
Because he gonna get there before the police. That's why.
Ghost, say the shit again.
Man, he gonna get there way faster than the police will.
Thank you, because you know how the hood work with the police, right?
We all know.
This motherfucker was facing 25 years. Now, when I left that job, it was years after her man was still in jail. when I left that job. To this day, I always wonder what happened to her. So kudos to Chicago. Many of motherfuckers are in jail for simple fights protecting their family. So when you ask your question, when the question is thrown out there, will you protect your family and at what cost and at what risk will you do it?
For my family. Oh yeah, like it is what it is. Now I like I done told people before. I'll fight you before I shoot you. You know what I'm saying? But when you start talking about guns, that the fighting is off the table now.
Yeah.
Cause now I know in my mind, like this motherfucker don't want to fight. So even if I fight this motherfucker, they still may pull a gun out. No matter how much I feel like, nigga, we can fight and get it and still go our separate ways. Like, nah, this nigga don't want to do that. So
That's true. Juanita, you're right. And Georgie is not on here this morning, but Georgie could tell you. Y'all remember when Georgie called the police when someone stole her license plate in New Orleans? 6 hours later, cops didn't show. Then she posted again the next day and said the cops never came. She had to get in her car with no license plate on her car and take a risk not to get pulled over to drive to the police precinct to file a report because the cops never came. And this is in New Orleans. That was the second time that happened to Georgie. The first time was when that guy was ringing her bell. Y'all remember? He was on her porch trying to lay down and take a nap, asleep. And she kept yelling through the ring bell, I got a gun or some shit. And the motherfucker was making himself comfortable. She had called the cops. The cops never came. This is in New Orleans.
hmm and everybody know New Orleans is just like a concrete jungle. It goes down out there. Like it goes down.
So when the cop asked that lady that I work with, why the fuck you call your man instead of the cops? Bitch, you know. He down the block and he coming. And he's coming.
In a hurry.
That part, Juanita. That part. I remember my
Yeah, yeah.
who's in the Who Scout right now. He was having an argument. You know, and some gangsters really kill me because then they want to cry. But y'all were gangsters before you got beat the fuck up or shot or stabbed, right? But now you crying. This guy that my brother had beef with, my mother is on here, so she know the story. In Harlem, had beef with him, arguing. Now, this guy that my brother was arguing with was a gangster, right? Mainly always strapped. And they arguing, and the guy went to reach, like moved his jacket, and my brother don't wait. My brother sliced his face from here all the way around to here. Was like, what the fuck you reaching for? Right? Sliced his fucking face. Okay. Meanwhile, my brother was already going back and forth to court for another case. So now here's another charge. Because he gave this motherfucker a Mexican smile.
He called the laws on him.
Cut the phone. And then the motherfucker called the nines. Mother, am I lying? Y'all
gangsters finna pull out a gun and shoot a nigga, but because he got to you first, you called the laws.
And press charges. Yes, he did.
Bitch.
Yes, he did. And for years, I was worried about my mom because she lived in Wagner Projects, and I was worried because of the retaliation that came from that.
It was never seen that, Patricia. Where was that at? Ooh.
Wait, what? Pat, I didn't hear that story. I didn't hear that story. So I'm just saying, y'all, some of y'all motherfuckers be out here trying to be gangsters, and then when motherfuckers get to y'all first, y'all calling the nines.
It's like, oh man, that's crazy.
See, my mother said, no, you're not lying. And my brother, you know what he did when that motherfucker pressed charges? My brother ran. Because he already had charges he was facing. He was like, this motherfucker, he ran. He ran to a whole nother state. Eventually got arrested for some other shit. Right? New York eventually dropped the Mexican smile charges because it was just too much trouble to keep going after my brother. But this motherfucker really charged, and the boy's mother lived in my mother's building or in that circle of projects. And so I was worried about the retaliation, but my mother's gangster.
I would say, but that old buddy that got cut up, but then called the laws, but I would have found you and beat you up again, boy. Like straight up. Like how you gonna be out here acting hard, toting guns and shit like that, and as soon as somebody gets you first, you want to call the police?
He called the
What
police.
what you calling the police for?
Kind of. That's what I'm
Mm-mm.
saying. Like you wanted my brother to stand there and wait for you to do what? Get to him first? It ain't gonna happen. Not on purpose. It ain't.
Wait, oh there you go.
Oh right. My mother said the complex tried to put her out. I remember that. My mother was almost homeless over that shit. The projects wanted to put her out because he gave this gangster a Mexican smile. Now, how the fuck you a gangster and you crying? I didn't hear that story, Pat. 11-year-old boy in Mississippi. That's where you from, Ghost.
Yeah, I ain't
Well, you said they racist there.
as fuck.
Yeah. That's a sad ass story. And you know what, Pat? That's why a lot of motherfuckers don't call the cops. That's why a lot of motherfuckers call their man or their brothers. You understand? Because there's some neighborhoods the cops ain't coming. And when they come, they shoot the wrong motherfucker or arrest the wrong motherfucker. So my question to you here today is protection. How far would you go to protect your family and at what cost and at what risk? Something to think about. Because, it's dangerous out here in these streets. Nobody fights fear anymore. You can't even have road rage. Motherfuckers are shooting you. Right? So we got to be prepared. I have friends that are in New Jersey that are big on NRA, and they have already said, I don't give a fuck what the gun laws are in New Jersey law. Somebody busts up in this house, they getting every bullet in these guns. I don't give a fuck who's handling my gun up in this house. We all have decided in this house, we going to jail. Even though most of the people in the household have permits for guns, the ones that don't, they have said, listen, if my son pick up the gun and shoot the motherfucker that broke in the house and he don't have a permit, I don't give a fuck. Shoot the motherfucker. We've all decided in this house that we're gonna take every risk.
Yeah, yeah.
What risk are you going to take to protect your family? A lot of us are not going to be fortunate enough to get off like they did in Chicago. Kudos to Chicago. But this is some shit to think about. This happened this year, Pat. I gotta look that story up. Cause who the fuck shoots an 11-year-old? I gotta look that story up. My mother said the people tried it on my time, but they backed up because I had people and they came. We listen, my mother didn't fuck around. She had people. I tell people, I don't get my zip code confused. We got we got peoples. The fuck? You know? It's rough out here. And so I wanted to talk about this story because this is to me fair and just. I didn't agree with the lawsuit, but kudos to Chicago. And I don't know. I wish Keisha and her son well when it comes to, this case because them suing, I don't know what the impact of that is going to be, but I do wish them well. All right. Wait, Deb said I kind of feel like your mama is the people. she you know what? I'm dead. Oh, y'all and my brother, y'all ever met my brother? He comes across very, very nice, but he could be mean. I'm the nice one. I'm the nice one because my mother moved from the Bronx and raised me in Queens, right? But then she took my brother and she raised his ass in Harlem. Them motherfuckers are tough. My mother is Bronx and Harlem, and my brother is Harlem, and I'm fucking Queens. I'm like, why you do me like that? Why you do me like that? Like, why couldn't I be raised in the jungle? So what? Shoot,
Really?
I'm just saying, you know? Because when I tell people I'm from the Bronx, they be like, "Oh, you stink," and then I be like, "But I was raised in Queens." They be like, "Oh, you a nerd." So I'm a stinky nerd, but I can't. Ma, you messed up. You messed up. But that's okay. I love you anyway. I got my brother to protect me if he could stay the fuck out of jail. And then my son was raised in Mount Vernon, which is just the top of the Bronx. The fuck. He was raised in Mount Vernon. So when I took him to South Brunswick and he was fighting and punching up the white folks in the high school, I pushed him to get his GED because I was like, "You're not acting right." And he was like, "No, they're not acting right." The fuck. So, you know, he tough too. I'm the one that
That
got
was in
taken to
May.
Queens and softened.
Just happened.
May 26th this year, Adrian Murray came within an inch of losing his life after Indianola police officer responded to Murray's 9/11 call, shot the 11-year-old. The child said, "Why did you shoot me?" Oh my God.
See,
Oh
that's
my
uh,
God.
like I saw this video of what was it? This oh, the police went to this old couple, and like at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning or something like that. And mind you, they in their sleep. They opened their trailer door and threw like some type of like a camera on like a little robot and start driving it through their house, through their trailer. And when they woke up, was like, "Who's there? What's going on?" The man got up, went to the door. I was say with like a flashlight. He ain't had no gun on there. Went to the door with a flashlight. He opened the front door, and the police shot him right in the stomach.
Wow. That's crazy. Do you know that location, Indianola in Mississippi? Ghost? No.
That's got to be up north somewhere.
Mm. Lord have mercy. Oh, you spoiled me, Ma. That's why you took me to Queens and made me soft. I mean, I'll fight if I got to, but I don't really want to fucking fight. The fuck? I'll cuss your ass out and hope that that's enough. Because I can't be bothered.
That you done exerted all your energy cussing your ass. I ain't about to be swinging at you.
Right. Don't swing at me, though. Yeah, but anyway, guys, I have to start closing my show because I have a 10 o'clock meeting in hell. And so I have to be prepared for this meeting. They're probably pinging me on the side right now. Juanita said, "Yeah, you came, guns believe and shoot the child." I know I gotta read that story. That is very fucking sad. Now, that is a story where somebody needs to sue the police department. Now, that is a lawsuit. You shot that 11-year-old boy, that's a lawsuit, not the shit in Chicago. That's just my opinion, right? Opinions are like assholes. Y'all don't have to agree with me. Again, I have learned not to argue with other people's opinions, right?
What happened to the cop? Did he get charged with anything?
No, they're still trying to bring charges up, they're saying. They want the cop fired. You
Damn, the
know,
fire happened. You got to get charged. You got to go to
yeah,
jail.
well, and charged, but I guess he's neither at this point. My mother said I never had to fight. Well, mother, what did you do with the ice pick when you kept going outside poking people? You don't consider that fighting? You just poked them and that wasn't a fight?
She said that wasn't a fight. She just
I
jumped
mean,
it.
one night, even my brother came home with stitches in his head. This is how gangster Queens was. Like, I never got into no fights. I don't know what the hell my mother was doing. Well, I did get into fights because they jumped me and shit like that, but I never got into like street fights. And one particular night, my brother was taken to the hospital to get stitches in his head because my mother got jumped or some shit and a glass broke and it cut my brother's head. Okay, they were out there. The fuck? I didn't have those experiences. So I came out a little cushy. That's all right. I like But anyway, y'all, I appreciate y'all. Listen, we read the positive thought of today. I want to remind y'all in the midst of this topic that we had today about fair and just, that June is the month of forgiveness. And the message today is life doesn't have to be as hard as we make it, right? We have to look at the conditions of our life and determine the things that we can eliminate to give ourselves some peace, right? If you want to stay in a bad marriage, that's on you. That's making your life miserable. If you want to stay in a luxury apartment that you could barely buy groceries, that's on you who is making that hard. You have friends that don't respect you or don't give you what you're giving them, and you're complaining to other friends about it. That's on you for maintaining the friendship. You know what I'm saying? Look at the conditions in your life and determine what brings you peace. That's where the fuck I'm at. Right? I'm going where the fucking peace is. Right? I'm not arguing about my opinion no more. I used to, but I don't have a need to be right anymore. I don't give a fuck if you don't believe me. Right? I don't have a need. Oh, you was getting in a cab when that happened to Tony. All I know is he has stitches. The fuck? All right, Aquanda. Peace and love, and good luck and blessings in court today. Keep in mind that we don't have to make life as hard based on our conditions, right? We are all given the same essence of life, the ability to live life, right? What we do with that is based on our conditions, all right? And so keep that in mind. And secondly, our topic today was fair and just, right? We talked about Carlishia and her 14-year-old son and how justice was finally served for the black and the brown, right? I love it. Oh, Kango was fighting. Okay, Kango is my cousin, y'all, who was deported back to Barbados because he kept getting arrested. And they gave him a choice: stay in jail forever in the United States of America or take your ass back to your country. And he was like, you ain't saying shit. Let me go back to Barbados. And so he's been living in Barbados all these years, cannot come back here ever. All right. And so, it was my cousin Kango. The fuck? And so I want to say praises to Chicago police. You got it right on this one, in my opinion. All right. And so with that, y'all, peace and love. I'm going to send y'all out with the positive vibes as I get ready to start my day. Because you know what I say. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Make choices in your life that bring you smile, peace, less drama. Hey, get this message on your way out. Go. This is Coffee with Friends, and I am raw to the bone. Peace and love. Gone for now, but never forever. Hey, get this message on.
Hustle hard, hustle every single day. Hey. I'll be making moves till I'm buried in my grave.
What?
To the system, I don't wanna be a slave. I've been doing shit my way, or the highway. And in the driveway is a nice range. Cause I grind through the climb, I invite pain. You never hear me, bitch, nah, I don't complain. Just gotta flip the switch and you can go and obtain anything you want, anything you need. Your mind's like the key ingredient, it's belief. They see with the negativity, but I just slide right by that energy. Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no man, I still go.
Right, and I don't. Peace, y'all. Come back tomorrow. Love y'all.